Welcome to Breaking Financial Chains, where we combine practical money guidance with emotional healing to help you break free from financial limitations. I'm Tanya Ibberson, your financial wingwoman. Hi everyone, and welcome to my brand new podcast, Breaking Financial Chains. The podcast where we have the honest, sometimes uncomfortable, but always empowering conversations about money that most people shy away from. I created this podcast to help people and women take back control, not just of their finances, but over their choices, their futures, and their freedom. Whether you're feeling trapped in a situation because of money or just overwhelmed by everything on your financial to-do list, then this space is for you. We're going to talk about mindset, trauma, financial abuse, practical tools, and also how to unpick those stories we've inherited about money. No shame, no jargon, just real conversations that help you move from confused or controlled into clarity and confidence. Why the name Breaking Financial Chains? Well, the reason I chose this is because that's really what this work is about. It's about recognizing the invisible ties that hold us back, whether it's control from someone else, whether it's stories that we've absorbed from childhood or systems that just simply weren't built for us to succeed in. And I've been there myself, so this is quite personal, feeling stuck, ashamed, not knowing how to ask for help despite having a professional background in accounting. So this is really personal for me. So for those of you that are looking to start breaking the financial chains, even just one link at a time, you can then open the door to freedom, choice, and self-respect. So this episode is all about the introduction. This is my first attempt to get something out there, which is amazing. Thank you so much for listening. I'm really glad that you're here. So I shared with you the name, I shared with you the mission. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, just really briefly. So my background is I trained as an accountant many years ago. I've been qualified since 2004. I sat my last exams in 2004. Technically, I suppose I qualified in 2005. So 20 years, a qualified accountant. That makes me feel quite old. But anyway, trained as an accountant, worked in practice, worked in financial training. I've worked with a couple of accountancy institutes as well over the years. So I've got a big mix of all of the things or a few different things that accountants can do. And what I noticed over the years is that we can all have the rules. We can all have this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. This will get you in trouble, this won't get you in trouble. These are what you need to do with your money, and you really shouldn't do that with your money if you're hoping to have some a few years from now. But that didn't necessarily stop people from continuing in the behaviours that they had. It didn't necessarily stop people from going ahead and doing what they do anyway. And I just got really fascinated with behaviour and psychology around money. Now, add to that my own journey from a money perspective, and I got into debt from a very young age, partly because of my background, partly because nobody explained to me what debt was. Nobody explained to me what was right or wrong, or what perhaps wasn't the right thing to be doing straight out of school. I also fell into a controlling relationship, particularly from a financial point of view, although there were other aspects to that. So I found myself in a position where I was financially qualified. I was looked up to some people for my profession, if you want to look at it that way, and therefore had what I felt to have various expectations on what I should and shouldn't be doing. But that didn't feel like the reality for me behind the scenes. That didn't feel, in fact, it wasn't even that it didn't feel like it. It wasn't the reality of it behind the scenes. I was drowning in debt. I was in a situation, a relationship that I didn't feel I could afford to leave. I was in a job that I felt I had to stay in because I had to bring the money in to be able to keep myself afloat, which are all the typical symptoms of being completely trapped, completely stuck. I felt like my feet were in quicksand and that I was sinking. But I had a 4-year-old daughter at the same time. And I remember thinking that that things have to be different to this. This can't be the example that I set for her. This can't be what I want her to aspire for when she grows older. She's 4 years old now, but clearly she's not going to stay that way. And she is going to be looking at people around her for the examples of what is right and wrong for her, what she believes is the path that she should take. And it reminds me that, because we're not taught, we all learn from the examples that are set for us from people that are in our lives. We aren't taught about finances in school, so therefore we look to parents, grandparents, close family members, friends, and as we get older, that circle might widen a little bit. But there's plenty of books out there, but we aren't given a structure. We aren't given this is a checklist that would really, really help you as you work your way through life. So I felt that this would be a great outlet, I suppose, to be able to share some of that information with you, because I still work as an accountant. I now work as a financial coach, but within all of that, I've been in debt. I've got myself out of that controlling relationship. I've repaid the debt and I've got money in the bank now. So the things that I want to talk about are showing you how I did what I did, to provide inspiration, particularly in times when things are as uncertain as they are right now out in the economy. This is 2025 that I'm recording this introductory podcast episode. Who knows what is going to be, what the economy is going to be like when you actually listen to this. But there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. There's a lot of questions being asked. There's a lot of turmoil. And the only way that we can create stability is not to look outside. It's to look within. It's to look at what's important to us, what our value systems are, and to really look at ourselves in the mirror and say, am I actually doing everything that I could do to help myself? Am I doing everything that I could be doing to move myself forward? And if there are external influences, such as financial abuse, such as control, such as trauma in our past that is perhaps holding us back, then you don't need to be stuck or frozen in those situations. There are things that you can do. There are things that you can start to work on your own. And this is exactly what I want to share here. I want to be able to provide that guidance. I want to be able to provide you perhaps with a different viewpoint that you haven't explored before. I would love to get some interaction from you guys, some feedback on what you would love to hear me talk about. I would love to hear your questions, if there's anything in particular that you would love to have an answer to. Most of these episodes are going to be just me talking on topics that have been chosen, but I also want to have some episodes where we have guests that are introduced, the guests that come in to talk, guest experts, case studies, people that have been in this situation themselves and have been able to work their way out of it, so that I can share that with you and that can be some form of inspiration as well. Some of the topics that we're going to talk about are going to be practical. Some of them are going to be emotional. Some of them are going to be personal stories. That's as far as I've got with the format. This is as far as I've planned ahead. I just want to start talking and I want to get out there and share my vision with you, which is breaking financial chains one link at a time. So I would absolutely love for you to subscribe, to follow, to come and find me on social media, to send me your questions, and I look forward to talking to you again on the next episode. Thank you for joining me today on Breaking Financial Chains. Remember, you have the power to transform your relationship with money one step at a time. If this episode helped you, please subscribe and leave a review to help others find their path to financial freedom. I'm Tanya, your financial wing woman, and I'll see you next week.